And unmuted. Well, well, well. Look who's back after a week.
Feels like it's been longer than that.
For this specifically, yeah. Been 2 weeks. No. No, just, yeah, 2 weeks. Was not feeling great last Thursday. So now here we are. Oh wait, I have to be, what did I say? Warrior. Okay. Recruiting the realm. Pray forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Since the advent of the seventh astral era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land, and directed against threats no single nation could ever hope to overcome alone. Yet while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It'll be on a much smaller scale than we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation accorded to the Scions. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Also, being primarily a military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the antecedent. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what we can even achieve. With this new company under the Scion's command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. Oh, thank you. Finally, a compliment in all this. And being harsh on him, he has been substantially more considerate. Although I guess by his standards, there's not very much. Good evening, Michaela. The goals of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. But before I can move forward with establishing this precursor to the true border-spanning Grand Company, 'tis yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on the journey and attend to the business of recruiting our inaugural members while I am otherwise engaged with bureaucratic formalities. Right. Why did I not? Why didn't I get a choice? Thank you. 'Tis reassuring indeed to know that the Bringer of Light and her discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Oh. Okay. Before I click continue on this one. I know generally that he gets a bad rap for whatever we're about to be doing, but we said yes. We said yes to whatever he's going to be trying to do. And we're recruiting. So if that's the case, why aren't we getting blamed? We're also dumb. Look, you're not wrong. All we can do is not. Our first destination will be Limsa Luminsa. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. And if I say no?
When should I check the door again?
Allegedly in 30 minutes.
Okay.
Here, I'll just put this up for you.
You're fine.
Alright. Wait, hang on. If I'm in New Game Plus mode, can I see all this? Oh, I can. Dude, that's wild. I'm allowed to know this already. Off we trot. So, in transit, how are you doing, Michaela? Eating biscuit? Sounds delightful and stodgy. Ah, there you are. I am ready to ascend to the bridge and speak with Admiral Bluffisman. While the Admiral and I have... Wait. Oh wait, that is her last name. I'm dumb. While the Admiral and I are finalizing promissory boundaries and signing parchments, I would have you begin the recruitment process in earnest. I have, of course, endeavored to spread the word of our organization through various channels, but I believe a personal approach will reach many who may otherwise remain ignorant of the opportunity. As for potential members, 'tis of no matter should they already be pledged to another institution, only that they are willing to lend their strength when the situation demands it. And you needn't range into the countryside. The upper decks alone are populated with sufficient candidates to suit our purpose. Once you are satisfied with your recruiting efforts, meet me at the airship ticket counter that we might prepare for the next leg of our journey. Okay. So we search for 5 nerds. Imagine if I could literally just say, if we had 5 player characters, and we just say like, hey you, hey you, hey you, 5 of you. You would be willing to join this organization, right? Solely on the on the merits of just my name. Oh god. Totally not sus. Of course. For, I don't know if you have that in every country, but... Let's see. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? The calling card of, a door-to-door sort of sales approach. Who am I talking to here? Behind the door? Yes. An organization with the freedom to operate with territorial impunity? I must say, your proposal intrigues me. But the Krakens will know that there is a time to act and a time to walk. I cut off myself because I twitched my middle finger. And a time to watch. And I'm afraid this trial company of yours falls into the latter category. Cool. I estimate we're gonna have like a piss poor success rate with the recruitment though. Just on this alone. You don't have that because the elderly is already doing their job for them. Look. I know that feeling well. Master Alfino's new organization? Yes, I had heard the formation of his trial company was in the offing. 'Tis with regret, however, that I must decline your invitation. As commander of the Yellow Jackets, the protection of Lunsa Luminsa must needs receive my full attention. Although in my case, it wasn't so much the elderly, but my more immediate parents. Watching that firsthand was kind of weird looking back on it. Same thing, old gen adult. Yeah. Definitely not in contention. Just noticing. Where are the rest of these? I like how this person is in a place called the missing member. Says go to Blacksmith Guild and then all the way around to the... It's not the Culinarian Guild, right? Culinarian's up here. Yeah. What is this place? I don't go to Limsa enough. Huh. What are you talking to me? Yeah? Okay. Wait, so it's Yellow Jackets and what are the red ones? Gotta brush up my Cockney. Who in the bloody hell do you think you're talking to, Drylander? I'm a pirate, not some sudden knight in shining plate. If you're looking for a self-righteous fop, try knocking on that dandy Carveline's door. A resounding no from 3 already. That's great. I can't wait to see the disappointment in Alphino's face. Guess we'll go down here first. Who am I recruiting over here? The guild map? What are you doing? What am I doing? A precursor to a united Eorzean Grand Company? While I do admire the scope of your ambition, my responsibilities here at Naldic and Vimelians keep me close to the forge. I have not the time to be traipsing hither and yon across the realm. Should you require my skills as an armorer, however, I might be willing to accept some special commissions. 4 or 5? Tell me, game. How many more rejections will be endured? Okay, so because I haven't actually done this storyline, this is all new to me. So, while I know the broad strokes of the story... Oh, it's this place. Okay. So, I might know, like, the broad strokes of, like, just what happened. What I'm experiencing now is new, and I can attempt to give commentary of, like, things that I expect to happen, things that I have problems with, and etc. Oh, that's cool. They actually have a... What is that? What is the rain texturing off of there? Anyway. Ain't Varix. And not forget adventurer brave enough or daft enough to seek the shortcut into Titan's bedchamber. You remember old Real, didn't you? Formerly of the Company of Heroes? 3 whistles at Bronze Lake? Aye. It ain't often I drag me outside to Limsa for a drink, but I'm glad I did. How fair are you these days? You looking to put together a new crew? Talk to your work? Sounds like the right lock, it does. Alrighty, lass, count me in. The heroes may have gone their separate ways, but I ain't ready to climb into me grave just yet. Oh my god. We got 1. Although I imagine Alphino will still be disappointed. I mean, he must be happy, at the very least, for a former Company of Heroes, right? Just 1? Preposterous. Look. All we can say to that is, skill issue. Where am I going? Oh, Limsa. Or not Limsa, Airstrip. And now we go into the high volume loading zone. That is the Efrite Plaza. Get me out of here. Oh, I can breathe again. Oh, there you are. I'm blind. Varix, your recruiting went well, I trust. I'm curious as to how my proposal was received by the rough and ready folk of Limsa Lominsa. Ah, a member of the legendary Company of Heroes indicated his interest. Astonishing. I knew enlisting your aid was the right choice. Few could boast of the acquaintance of such an elusive character. That felt like a backhanded compliment. I too was successful in my task. The Admiral consented to sign all the documents requiring her approval. I can only hope that my visit with the Elder Seatseer proceeds as smoothly. Pray continue on to Gridania at your own pace. I shall await your arrival at Nafika's altar. Wait, why aren't we... Why are we not going on the same airship? I don't understand. Because if he's waiting there already... He got his own private jet somehow? Yeah. Like actual trust fund kid borrowing his friend's private jet. The friend being Sid in this case. This is Conjures. My audience with Elder Seatseer is due to commence momentarily. I would be grateful if you would once more seek to the task of recruitment here in Gridania. After you deem the well of potential candidates... Okay. Of potential candidates has run dry. Let us rendezvous with the airship ticket counter as before. Okay. I do like that detail that he actually walks up to the silent conjurer. Alright, where am I going? Amphitheater. Granted, I will admit, I like that he's not making me do any bureaucracy. Although, in its own way, this is also bureaucracy. Oh jeez. Do I know you? Oh gods, can it truly be you? By what fickle fortune must the first face I see upon my release be yours? Eh? Could it be that you don't remember me? It is I, Laurentius, the man whose crimes you exposed. I was a whaler, and a regular patron in Buscaruns. Okay. Full disclosure. I have zero memory of who this man is. The guy I remember has longer hair. Is infinitely more stupid. You also don't remember who he is. I feel less bad about it then, but... Let's see. Honestly, like, I want a dialogue option. In answer to the question, do I remember Laurentius? My answer is, should I? Do I remember Laurentius?
Unfortunately,
Again,
I do.
I ask, should I remember him?
I wish I didn't.
Yeah. Welcome in, Steven. He's gonna cry. Okay, well, if I put him in jail, wouldn't it be better if I didn't remember him? Because he had a traumatic response from being in my presence after getting out of jail, so I have to assume that he doesn't ever want to have the memory of being put in jail. Anyway. Still gonna answer this. How was your stream though? Your stream though, Steven? Laurentius, was selling maps and supplies to the Garleans before you and those red-belly poachers mopped the forest floor with my erstwhile employers. Here now, just how many criminals have you dealt with that my ignominious tale ignites not the slightest flicker of recognition? The less said of my past, the better, I suppose. And what of you, adventurer? What business brings you to this part of Gridania? Stream is good. How's mine? Just started. I'm on the Crystal Braves path, I assume. So, this is, technically speaking, entirely new ground for me. So, this is actual, full-on, fresh face for the story. Which is gonna make, Heaven's Word a lot funnier for me. Recruiting, eh? And what is your policy on reformed convicts? Crystal Braves, yeah. I've heard a lot about them, but it's like, while I know the broad strokes of what happened and the general reception to certain characters during it, I don't know specifics. So I'm going through the specifics here, which is exciting in its own way. As matters stand, the Wood Whalers have not more to do with me. This may just be the second chance I was looking for. Revenant's toll, you say? I shall leave at once. I shall not regret this, I promise you. I'm a changed man. I'm looking for less people this time. That's interesting. He is remarkably upfront with his emotions and motives, which in the realm of the Scions is refreshing. I am willing, personally, to give him a second chance, because I don't remember him. I'm sure it'll be fine. Which one are you again? Do I know you? Grandfather, you must call it a day. Let us return to the guild and rest ere your tormented back gives up on you for good. I'm terribly sorry, we were just... Oh, Varix, isn't it? It has been some time since our paths crossed outside of Copperville Mines. Oh, this is one of the was it the 3 adventurers that I saw outside the door? Why, you were barely more than a novice adventurer then, but look how far you've come. Mother Mione tells me it was you who felled the fearsome black wolf. That may or may not have happened. And now you seek stout-hearted souls to fill the ranks of a new order. Well, your cause is undoubtedly just, and my old companion here would be much relieved to see me in good hands. Yes, I'll do it. This is the very thing I've spent my entire adventuring career working towards. I shall join your company just as soon as I've seen, Isildur safely home. They love to bring up these people that you really have zero remembrance of during this arc. Somehow I feel this is punishment. I guess I should be just taking a look out for literally every single one. I vaguely remember you. Not because of your name, but because of your posture. Nah, because you remember being the same way. That's fair. I do remember him. He was like melancholy about something. Like, vaguely looks like a butler, so I think he was upset about... This is Hawke Manor guy, wasn't it? He would offer this old man a place in your company of champions. I am both puzzled and honored by your invitation. Pray forgive me, young mistress, but I cannot accept. I have sworn to abide here for whatever scant years remain to me, and bear responsibility for the evils my lady has wrought upon this land. Was it the Hage Manor? I feel like it was. I feel like this was the... yeah. He looks like he belongs in the Hage Manor. I mean... I can't tell if that's an insult, but... I mean, I agree. So we have 2 out of 4. We have a 50% success rate in the place that I stay the most. His lady. I mean, that kind of tracks with the storyline of Hake, or what I remember of Hake. Do I know you? No, all you wood whalers look the same. 'Tis not often a guild officer such as myself gets recruited, and this company of yours certainly sounds to have some promise, but its duties appear less than focused. I must refuse your invitation until such time as your organization is more organized. All you wooden hitters look the same. I know what I said. Also, these are wood whalers, right? I didn't just misname them as well. That would be funny, though. I think they're part of the wood whalers, yes. Cool. Boo. What news, Varix? For my part, the elder Seetsier was most amenable to our requirements. A former wood whaler and a seasoned adventurer, our company will not lack for variety, that much is certain. An interesting harvest indeed. Shall we strike into Ulda whilst the iron is hot? Let us meet at the Royal Promenade and endeavor to conclude our remaining business. Our journey draws to a close. A much shorter passage than I thought it'd be. Gonna lurk while making dinner. All good. I hope it is delicious.
Wonder what's for dinner. No, what they're having for dinner.
Yeah. Not sure. I am certain they will report when they do. Ulta, the gilded city, where one's fortune defines one's worth. I hope some manner of fortune is with us, and that this final leg proves as successful as the previous 2. Might I suggest descending to the lower level before beginning your recruitment efforts? I do not think the Sultana will take us kindly to us poaching from our personal guard. Let us meet back here at the promenade when our respective tasks are complete. Good hunting, Barracks. How funny would it be if we did steal some of the... What are these called? The Sultan's Sworn? Yeah. Hmm. I've been to Ulta so many times for job quests, and I still don't know how to navigate this labyrinth.
That's me with Limsa.
Limsa, I feel, is like,
There are certain areas where I get lost.
yeah. I mean, Upper Decks is really weird to navigate. Wilred, do I know you? No, I don't. Hmm? Wait, you're the lady who came to Little Alamigo looking for that masked devil. Who knows what might have happened if you didn't? You'd probably be dead. And a whole lot more of my family was our friends besides. We were such fools. Annie wrote, that disaster really got me to thinking about our homeland and about the outsider who saved us from ourselves. I realized how easily I'd been manipulated and vowed to make myself a more worldly man. So here I am. A new company of champions. And you say it'll take me to all corners of the realm. That sounds exactly like the kind of opportunity I need. And don't worry, I'm not the same stripling you met in Little Alamigo. I've prepared myself to fight the evil I now know is out there. Cool. Alright, that's one. Wilred. I promise, I'm not intentionally forgetting any of these people. It just happened. Okay. The map tells me I'm heading towards the Blue Mages. Please tell me Martin is there, so I can ask him. Names are hard. Yeah. I used to be a lot better about names, but started getting older. And more of my brain is just filled up with different facts. Do I know you? This silhouette is familiar. Wait, no, this is the this is the lady that had the, was it the husband in the, what was the word? In the tomb here. Would she be wanting for adventure? Oh, what a happy coincidence. Do you remember me, perchance? I am Orson of the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Thank you again for your timely rescue. And I must also thank you for preventing that fraudulent priest from preying on Drybone's less fortunate. A most upsetting business. Are you here with your companion? Thancred, wasn't it? Oh, wait, no. This is the, yeah, Drybone. So this is the, you're the lady outside the church. Ah, 'tis new companions you seek, then. Your proposed organization sounds a powerful force for good, but my place is at the Church of the Children. Nevertheless, I wish you well in this undertaking. Searching for 5 this time. Oh my god, am I recruiting the guild master? That would be so funny. No, I'm not.
Would be funny though.
I was like, where is Redolent Rose in the thing before I walked in? But no. I'm sorry? You wish to recruit me? Is this some new-fashioned manner of propositioning a lady? Well, I'm afraid you're wasting your time. This lady is already spoken for.
That's not what we're talking about. Good lord, woman.
Good day to you, miss. How do you spin that in your head? It's like, Hey, I'm looking for a band of adventurers for you to join. And then you turn that into...
Want to go out?
Wanna go? It's like, is adventure a euphemism? Is that what they're calling it these days? Shit. Oh wait, you're one of the refugees? Question mark? You'd be surprised what rumors drift down to Pearl Lane. I know of this glorious new company of yours, and just how far I'd go to avoid getting involved with it. Whispers on the street say your organization is funded by corrupt coin, by syndicate money. If you think you're recruiting for a just cause, then you're a bigger fool than I took you for. It's hard to say whether or not Alfino's money comes from the syndicate from the story, or this point in the story. No idea where he gets it. Clearly. A company that looks to cure the ills of the realm entire. Listen, friend, I can scarce bear the complaints of the next stall over, let alone the conundrums of a neighboring nation. So I think that was only one person, actually.
At least I'm done with this. Like, done.
I'm glad. How fared you, Varix? What hidden gems did the streets of Ul'dah offer up to your unrelenting gaze? Not a lot. A single Alamegan youth. Well, you've certainly given us an admirable start, even if our ranks are yet somewhat thin. In these troubled years following the calamity, talk of Eorzea's salvation must seem akin to grasping at clouds. But there are those who have risen to the challenge nonetheless, and the hope that inspires these people was born in no small part from the victories you yourself have won. Thank you, Varix.
At least he acknowledges that.
Yeah. He said thank you. I'm proud of him. I will not squander the precious gift you have placed into my keeping. These recruits will become the foundation of a new beginning. And yes, we are free to begin. As you have no doubt surmised, the Sultana has also graced my trial company with her blessings. Our first wave of recruitment is over, the documents signed, and the finances secure. There is naught to prevent me from taking the next step. We were just talking about your funding. Oh, cool. You are concerned by this syndicate's involvement? As was I. Thus was the origin of every coin of their contribution carefully scrutinized and recorded. This organization will not be built on corruption. Naturally, I would prefer not to rely upon outside sources at all, but even my family's substantial coffers cannot sustain a venture of this magnitude. And as for the rumors and doubts surrounding this enterprise, well, such things shall plague us until the company has had a chance to prove its worth. It will not be an easy process, but we will earn people's trust one success at a time. Speaking of time, we should waste no more of it. Let us return to the Rising Stones and lay the first stone for a united Eorzea. Oh. Is it because I ended an Olda for this?
Tell me, General, what think you of Alfino's bold endeavor?
I think it is a bad idea.
I think it is more than bold, Your Grace.
Oh.
His organization would pave the way for a united Eorzea. Well do I understand his impatience, since facing the common threat of the Ultima weapon, our nations have seemed farther apart, not closer together. Considering the many problems we face, should we not be glad that someone else is taking the initiative?
We have all pledged our cooperation, yet the grumbling continues behind closed doors. Ul'dah is not alone in her duplicity. I myself have doubts as to the good this organization will achieve.
And yet you said yes.
With the inclusion of the finest soldiers of the 3 grand companies, it promises to be a fearsome military body. But whom will it serve? Even under the watchful gaze of the Scions, it is not unthinkable that such a force could perpetrate a great wrong. Does it not concern you that a significant proportion of its financial backing came from the coffers of the Syndicate? That those unprincipled worms might forge this extraordinary gathering of warriors into a private army?
She's smart.
Yeah, she has a point. I kind of see where the threads lead from that alone. Like, just from the broad strokes that I know, seeing how the path is laid from here onward. It's gonna be a journey.
Oh, yeah, it will.
I have trust in the Scions, Your Grace. They have spared us no end of trouble at the hands of the Primals. If they seek reinforcements, I deem it unwise to deny them.
Yes, but we're also placing this as an organization separate from, but still under the purview of the Scions. So with that, it seems that we are, in fact, building a threat to the realm. All by our lonesome.
And they took advantage of that. Right. The Syndicate is... The fact that the Syndicate was backing it, it's like they're painting you as the perfect scapegoats for something, because there's no serial motive.
Yeah. The sins of the subordinate are reflected upon the superior. And in this case, because we are leaving such a role to the antecedent, there's a high likelihood that the ensuing crash will be attributed to her specifically. Whether Alfino will receive any humbling from this, I look forward to, but do not expect.
As for their finances, full many gave generously. And though our nobles proffered a sizable sum, their coin did not spill from the pockets of Lolorito and his cronies. And what of the presence of our stalwart adventurer friend in this endeavor? I doubt the warrior of light would betray our cause.
You think so highly of me. But, thank you.
Yes, there is that, I suppose. Yet I have known people to change. Whether we will or no, the events of the age hurl us this way and that, like a dust devil skipping across the sands. Cannot be done about Telechi?
I have explored all avenues available to us, Your Grace. But as Ul'Dan law now stands, we lack the evidence to convict him of any crime. To arrest him on spurious grounds would only play into his hands.
Yeah. If memory serves, the lone man who could have testified against him was slain by an archer at far range. Ooh.
He has all but committed treason, and yet we can do nothing?
I feel your pain,
What
little
good our
one.
government? What worth the royal house? How deplorable this mockery of justice!
I feel you. It's a bit prescient, isn't it?
Oh, poor baby. She cares so much.
Have faith, Your Grace. It is not over.
Well, well, well. I can't imagine that was an easy read for the actress. That is not a journey I soon wish to repeat. But I cannot pause to rest. The culmination of all our effort is at hand. I must see to the preparations for the inaugural ceremony. Thank you for allowing me to monopolize your services, Varix. I am certain the antecedents will be relieved to see you free for other duties. Right on cue. Heretical harassment. Great. Greetings, Varix. Alfino tells me all is in place to begin his trial company. The Scions shall certainly be grateful to have the support of such an organization. The inaugural ceremony is set to take place here at the Rising Stones. Tataru is cooperating with Alfino to see that all is in readiness, so I'm afraid the recruits themselves have been left to their own devices for the time being. Quite a number of new faces have arrived in Reveland's toll of late, and I wonder if Slappbone might not find himself overwhelmed. Would you speak with him and see if there is aught he requires? Sure thing. Are they all here? Actually, wait. Or would they be inside the workshop? 'Cause I didn't actually look around. No, those are the kids. No, those are the kids. Who are you again? Oh, Doman refugees. Excuse me. So they're just like hanging out here. What can I do for you, Varix? Thought you'd have your hands full helping out with this new arm of the Scions. Ha! Barely noticed your recruits arrived. It was barely a trickle compared to the flood of treasure hunters we have passed through here every day. What are they going to Orthos? While I appreciate your offer of aid, 'tis more your burden that concerns me. I'm told this trial company will answer directly to the antecedent, so I trust that means less work for you in the long run. Slap one! The shipment! We couldn't... Oh no. God's woman, what befell? We were bringing a shipment to Revenant's Toll, provisions earmarked for the frontier effort. Just as we sought to cross over into Moderna, we were set upon by brigands. I believe they may have been heretics. There were many, too many. We only escaped with our lives by abandoning its supplies. Pray forgive us. That is not to forgive. Provisions can be replaced, but smart soldiers are hard to find. Take your rest and I'll have someone along to tend to those wounds. What to do? If heretics are involved, and this is like to be more than a case of simple thievery, Ishgard will need to be informed. Oh, we talk about heretics? Okay, they said heretics, but I didn't think it would be specifically these heretics this early on. Whence did these supplies originate? As for Tom, we collected the provisions from Camp Dragonhead proper. Oh, I know, we did talk about that early on. There was a whole last storyline. I forgot already. Understood. I shall see that they are apprised of this development. Varix, you're not on good terms with that Knights of House Fortin. I'll be sending them a missive immediately, of course, but I would also have you travel there and offer your considerable talents. Yes. I realize I contradict my earlier hopes to lighten your load, but I need someone who can help bring this incident to a satisfactory conclusion. Our favorable relations with Ishgard are far too important to risk half measures. And I just nod. Thank you for your understanding. I am certain Lord Horsefon will be glad of your assistance. Well, to Camp Dragonhead I go. Well, well, if it isn't my fine friend Varix Sill, would you care for a plate of roast caracal? Some mulled wine? No? Ah, I see you have not come into my hall merely to escape the biting cold. I was, in fact, on the verge of opening an urgent missive from Revenant's Toll, and I suspect the timing of your arrival is no coincidence. You suspect correctly. when the cold sets in. Having coal in the title of a quest has been rough after completing Endwalker.
The incident with the new frontier hands? No, you need not elaborate. I have been following their progress with no small amount of interest.
You know, I was half expecting him to actually have a French accent, but this works too.
Brave men and women all. They do our nation a great service. The existence of a fortified outpost in Mordona will do much to dissuade the Empire from trespassing on Kurth's soil.
Kothan. Okay.
Right glad am I that you have chosen to lend your support to this endeavor. Never let it be said that House Fortom does not acknowledge the efforts of her allies, or her debts. 'Twas in the spirit of gratitude that I arranged for sundry supplies to be delivered to Revenant's Toll. That the shipment should chance to be waylaid by heretics is poor fortune indeed. Poor fortune, I say, yet not without precedent. If you would know the truth of it, these incorrigible villains grow more organized with each passing day. This new unity of purpose we attribute to their leader, the Lady Iceheart. But though I have devoted significant resources to the task of identifying this woman,
Don't
we
cry
have yet
so
to learn
early.
so
I
much
haven't
as her
seen that
birth
part
name.
yet.
Shut up.
Ah, we're on to Shiva soon.
What we do know is that the heretics speak of Iceheart in reverent tones, and would gladly embrace death rather than betray her. Such loyalty is rare indeed, and I fear to imagine what so committed a collective might achieve.
Heretics like Iceheart.
The brigands have not yet been so brazen as to risk direct confrontation here in Dragonhead. Some few of their number have, however, been sighted not far to the west of here, and with ever-increasing regularity. A visit to Whitebrim Front may bring you the answers you seek. Will you brave the snows, knowing what implacable foes may lie in wait? Halone's blessings be upon you! Though I take no pride in the admission, many of mine own countrymen are not so well suited as you adventurers to dealing with such foes. Were they dragons, it might be otherwise.
Why are they so specific in what they want to fight? Okay.
But truly, I could not wish for a finer ally. You have done much for my house in the past, and I have no doubt but that I shall have cause to celebrate your deeds again ere long. Should you learn aught of value, pray return to me forthwith. A warm hearth and a warmer welcome shall be waiting for you.
What a nice guy. Eh. I really do half wish that the cutscene portrayed me actually standing on his desk. There's barely anything here. What did his soldiers not want to do out here? Nice, welcome, welcome. You'll be pleased to know that the repairs to Stone Vigil proceed apace. We shall rebuild sure and strong, that the Gervanians might batter themselves senseless against our shield in the west. I would venture, however, that matters of masonry are not what brought you to Whitebrim. Trail of a band of thieving heretics, you say? By the Fury, but you do seem destined to cross paths with those villains. I must confess that 'tis a sad truth that the wilds hereabouts have indeed grown thick with their number. They strike swiftly, without warning, and are canny enough to evade our most able trackers. But 'tis not merely their newfound organization that confounds us. The heretics themselves seem somehow changed. I know not what manner of influence this eyesought wields, but the men we face seem utterly lost in the grip of righteous fervor. 'Tis an unsettling and unnatural zeal. Perhaps you'd care to question one of the recent victims. As fate would have it, your arrival came moments after a trader was waylaid on the road. A patrol found the unfortunate fellow lying senseless in the snow and carried him to our infirmary. Assuming he has regained the use of his faculties, the merchant might recall some small detail that could aid you in your task. Well, off we go then. There's no way out from top. No. That would be optimistic. Ooh. In the building? Oh, this is the... wait. No, wait. This is the building. There's an entrance over here. Over here. Right? There we go. So bad at navigating this place. Tell you what happened? Why, yes, of course. I'm quite recovered enough for that. Anything to help catch those cowardly Blackhearts. I was traveling my usual route to Whitebrim Front when a sudden blow set me reeling. The next thing I knew was on the ground. Several heretics were rifling through my cargo. Arms, armor, crystals. They were taking everything. It was then that one of them noticed my bleary gaze, and stalked over to better acquaint my head with his mace. Before darkness claimed me, however, I distinctly heard the words, "Return to Snowcliff." I dare say that is where they were pulling my goods, but you'll not catch me rushing off in pursuit. They tell me 'twas a miracle I survived it all, and I'll not trust my thick skull to save me a second time. That's some nice self-deprecating humor. I appreciate that. May fortune favor your thick skull. So before we address that down there, where's Snowcloak proper? Down here. So there's a camp here. And then the dungeon itself. Interesting. It's a fair amount of bodies on our way here. Snow crunches on the tread of heavy boots. Anyway. Dedge. They are, in fact, Dedge. Yeah, draw your weapon, but wait. I recognize you, adventurer. You'll come seeking heretics. Then we share a common purpose. We were on patrol when we chanced across one of the raiding parties and pursued them here. By rights, we should have had them cornered in this ravine, and yet they are gone, vanished like icy wraiths. Fascinating. How funny would it be if that was literally the whole cutscene? Stopped, voiced, for a scoff. Oh my god, it was. Stopped for a voiced cutscene for a scoff. And that was it. That was a whole cutscene. You know what? I admire the audacity. Cheers, Iceheart. Oh, if only you knew, sir. You glimpsed a woman atop the cliff. Could it be Iceheart herself come to sneer at our folly? And to where did she disappear? The heretics must have discovered a passage through the frozen wall, some hidden tunnel that has scared her notice. We have not the men to risk further investigation. It would be best were we to return to Whitegrim Front and lay our suspicions before Lord Drummond. What a farce. I'm probably going to forget this in a little bit, but for the moment, I want to relish in the fact that they made a whole ass cutscene just to have a voiced sneer. That's incredible. Alright, just so I don't, like, make myself unwell from rapidly ascending on a bike. We sprint. Vex, it appears I owe you my thanks once again. The surviving knights spared no detail in the report. The men you found near Snowcloak were some of my finest. That they should be bested so handily. I fear I've woefully underestimated the threat these heretics pose. While I understand you might balk at the notion, I must ask that you put aside your mission and consider the stolen provisions lost to us for now. It would be ill-advised to blunder unprepared into what may well be the very lair of our enemy. Pray return to Dragonhead and inform Lord Horchefont of your discoveries. He will wish to plan contingencies of his own. As for Iceheart and her fanatics, the freezing height of Snowcloak will not shield them from our justice for long. Sick. I wasn't looking, but I think he's been there this whole time. A hearth as promised.
Your return is most timely. Of their own accord, my thoughts had turned to your task and the progress thereof. I confess, my imaginings tended toward the grim and bloody. But you are here now, and I suspect such frivolous wonderings do little justice to the reality of your travails. Tell me, what did you learn of Iceheart?
More than I thought I would, and less than I think is useful.
Indeed. And this transpired at Snowcloak?
You miss him.
Dude.
Yeah. Guy was all about this last cutscene.
Of all the highlands, that towering wall has borne the worst of the region's brutal shift in climate. So inhospitable has Snowcloak become that we have still to survey the area in its entirety. Could its frozen heights conceal the heretics' hideaway? Mayhap a more robust reconnaissance effort is in order.
And let me guess. You would have me, the most foremost warrior at your, quote-unquote, your disposal.
Putting such considerations aside for the moment, we still know far too little of this Iceheart. That she is capable of commanding such a band of fanatics bespeaks natural authority, and no small measure of charisma.
Speak ye of Dungeons and Dragons.
As much as I would like to fathom this mystery with you, the situation has grown beyond my personal purview. I am bound by duty to inform the Temple Knights and request that they bring this matter to its conclusion.
Yeah. Being bound by station.
Giving the glowing reports the new commander has garnered thus far, I am certain that they can be relied upon to take appropriate action. Though Iceheart's true identity yet eludes us, you have provided us with a point from which to begin. Sometimes it takes but a single stone to prompt an avalanche. On the matter of the stolen provisions, I have already made arrangements for a second shipment to be sent to Revenant's Toll. I could not well allow such an honorable venture to be undermined by one miserable setback.
The graphics update makes them prettier. I believe it. Guards, it is good to see you return to the Toll. How fared you in the frozen waste at Carthus? House for Tom is to send us a second shipment. I must send thanks to Lord Rochefort for his continued generosity. And even as our town grows in prosperity, I fear it will attract even ever greater numbers of those who do us harm in the name of greed or power. All of us, Alpinos, new recruits included, must remain vigilant against such threats. I agree. From you. Brave new champions. While you were away in Carthus, preparations for the inaugural ceremony were all but completed. Although Tartarus does seem somewhat busted. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you head into the Rising Stones and see if your frantic receptionist can do with a hand? She is always frantic, isn't she? These parchments need to be sorted, and these documents, why are they even here? Oh, I'm sorely tempted to file the lot in my wastepaper basket. Ah, Rex, you startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They're scattered about Revenant's Hold and I haven't the time to track them all down. The recruits know how to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You'll want to report directly back to Alphino if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Scions will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. You say. However, individuality. See, for someone like me, in regards to the graphics update, I have no reference for how it looked before. Oh my god, there's so many. There's a lot more names, or a lot more people than I remember recruiting successfully. Those who believe this company will see no riches are so short-sighted fools. Interesting. The giving of oneself is an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once an organization has made a name for itself, there shall be wealth aplenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. You had the wrong fucking idea, man. So, if I remember you, you are sus. But I have to remember it first. Thought best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. You are supposed to put this on. Oh, our new uniforms. I'm reminded of my induction into the Woodverse. Great. Isila has at last retired from the adventurer's life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrepressible spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forwards. Great. Put this on. Oh, yes, the uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. Yeah, I feel you. Hello there, lass. Looking for me, was you? I suggest giving a whistle, but I'm not sure I'd hear it amongst all the bustle. Oh, proper uniforms and all. This thing would cut off the bullet to me head. Not to worry though, I'm sure she'll be fine after making a couple adjustments. That's all Amigo can learn much from Revenant's Hold. That this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I've never worn quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Congrats on your clothes, I guess. Braxil? Hans, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles are what inspired me to counter Revenant's toll. Great. Good for you. It is an honor to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. I don't believe we've met. I'm Ilberd. Now we'll have the honor of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the calamity, and I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. Unfortunately for you, I know your name. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of creating a common bond among what is, essentially, a band of strangers. The Scarlet Garb marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom, and a hearty defender of Limsa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm, and thought this new company a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. Oh! Now that's a striking shade of blue. Put alongside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe would certainly not lack for colour. Alright, before we move on, I'll be right back. Okay. Hello again. Yes, Barracks? Huh. Tataru mentioned you were handing out the new uniforms. I assume you've now met the rest of the recruits. Some few answered the call to arms I put through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I had thought of a name for the company? 'Tis my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment of truth draws near, Barracks. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement. Unfortunately, one of the names present is a problem.
Comrades, your presence here this day signifies the momentous choice that each of you has made. With your strength now pledged to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are beholden to no single nation. You stand as the vanguard for a united Eorzea. From this moment forth, I declare you Crystal Braves. Let us mend this fractured realm and face our enemies as one.
Within the context of the game, that name is fine. Naming them Braves is very funny, though.
That's what I mean. Is a sheltered 15-year-old.
Whether it be the Beastmen and their primals,
Can't
or
fault
the
them.
conflict in
You can't fault
Carteneau,
really fault them too much.
it is plain that the nations
Oh,
of
I
Eorzea
can. No, I'm
cannot
kidding.
solve the problems which plague the realm. Thus does it fall to some few heroic souls to succeed where they have failed. Come, take your place at the Scion's side as guardians of Eorzea, and together we shall fight for the freedom of all! For the freedom of all!
Is that their salute?
A rousing speech, Alphino. Or should I say, Crystal Brave Commander Leveilleur?
Please, Antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were.
That would be
We
very
are
funny,
of the
though.
same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
No, I said yes. How very interesting to set up the Ice Heart plot as an aside to the Crystal Braves. How very interesting.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death.
There's some comas that are not great, but yes.
Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party.
What were we surveying? Oh wait, no, this is indirect to the Isle of All. Got
It
it.
appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well?
I hear your contention and raise you salmon darkness.
I wonder. Have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans?
Have I? No. Not since, only during.
Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin's silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
It is a bright day in Curvis. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let us hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. The winds are uncommon fierce this day. Why, hello, Archbishop. Oh, both of you. Interesting. Who are they hailing? Oh shit. Well, that was unexpected. Oh, gold. Oh, so it is only part 6. Okay. It's very funny to me that Thornton is as old as he is. The 7th Astral Era is meant to be a time of peace, and yet Eorzea remains rife with turmoil. From rampaging primals to unruly refugees, myriad are the problems demanding urgent answers. In response, Alphino forms the Crystal Braves, an ambitious company that will serve as the the realm as a whole rather than any one nation. Off we trot then. Took me a while to load there. Okay. So... like monk, ninja, black mage. I've not played summoner or white mage. I guess I'm just play white mage during this last bit. Okay, you know what? I didn't think that this betrayal thing would happen already. If indeed it is him already. Try as I might, I cannot shake a creeping sense of dark foreboding. But it avails us not to fret about the unknown. We must concentrate instead on the problems of the present. The primals have been relatively quiet of late, and the beast tribes who summon them are under constant surveillance by the grand companies. Should any suspicious activity be afoot, you may be certain that we will hear of it. Until such time as a permanent solution to the primal problem has been found, we can do little but wait and observe. As for the Asians, Urianger is fully dedicated to finding the means by which we may defeat the dark beings. Let us pray for good tidings on that front. But all of this you knew already. Let us speak then of more current matters, in particular, the state of the Crystal Braves. Alfino did well to found the organization, but ensuring its smooth operation is another matter entirely. Though I doubt not that he is doing his best, I felt that a helping hand or two would not go astray. To this end, I offered to send one of the Archons to assist him, but he declined. You know how he can be. Independent to a fault, and singularly loath to accept help. Save, of course, when that help comes from you. Alfino has entrusted countless matters of import to your care in the past, and I believe he would not hesitate to do so again, were you to offer. I should be most grateful if you would go to him and support him in whatever manner you are able. Off screen, you see me nodding. Actually, wait, did I do Paladin yet? I'll do Paladin. If in fact someone tells me that I did Paladin in a different one, I'll switch back to White Mage. I pray return to the waking sands. Oh, contraire. I have been prayed to return to the rising stones. And I quite like it here. It's spacious. Hear me? There you go. I thought you were memeing. What is it, Varix? And do be concise. I am rather busy. You would lend a hand, you say? I see. Well, now that you mention it, there is a matter that wants for attention. Given its sensitive nature, I was hesitant to entrust it to my braves, but the demands upon my time are such that I had little choice. Which is not to say that my men want for labor. Though we are but newly formed, there is already a great demand for our services, and we are hard-pressed to answer all petitions, but I digress. The fact is, I would sooner attend to this particular matter myself, but my presence is required elsewhere. That being the case, I have entrusted its resolution to my second-in-command, Captain Ilberd.
Ugh.
Giving away the game already, why don't you? Tell him I sent you, and he will furnish you with the particulars. My thanks in advance, Varys. Sloppy.
Fuck that.
Hail to you, sire. How might we serve you?
He sounds way more pleasant than I thought he would.
Commander Leveilleur bade you serve us?
Please don't phrase it like that.
These are welcome tidings indeed. Given the sensitive nature of the task, I could not rely on one of my own. That which I'm about to tell you, I tell you in the strictest confidence. Some days ago, we received certain documents from an anonymous source. They notified us of the presence of a Garlean agent within the ranks of one of the Grand Companies. Following some discreet inquiries, we identified a suspect among the Immortal Flames, whom we detained for questioning.
Do I have a dungeon coming up? I don't know. I'm entirely new to this part of A Realm Reborn entirely. So, like, I'll know the broad strokes, but I don't know where any duties are located specifically.
Alas, the man was not our agent. He was but one of many men in the agent's employ.
I can attempt to look at the duty finder and see if there's something coming up soon.
We pressed the traitor for a name, but he had none to give. He claims never to have met his master, whom he knows only as the Ivy.
Mostly trying to figure out if DC traveling is something I should do. No, I appreciate it.
He was, however, certain that this Ivy had coiled itself around every part of the Immortal Flames. It would seem our quarry joined the company some time ago, and gradually recruited others to his cause. These conspirators are the vines by which he learns our secrets, all without exposing himself. It won't be easy to identify the Ivy amidst this tangled mass of subterfuge, but we have a tendril in our hands, and we shall follow it all the way to the gnarled root. Now, much as I would prefer to proceed with due discretion, circumstances demand that this matter be settled post-haste.
I just realized he was talking about this the entire time in open airspace. And this place is made of stone. Everything echoes. Why was none of this actually legitimately private? Strictest confidence.
Garlemald's War of Succession nears its end, and it is feared that the Empire will soon resume its march on Eorzea.
Strictest confidence.
When it does, we can ill afford to have traitors in our midst. The Ivy must be rooted out now. We must begin by apprising General Roban of our findings.
I would ask that you accompany me to the Hall of Flames and remain on hand to see that things go smoothly. Assuming the Ivy's tendrils are as widespread as we believe, he will be aware that an investigation is underway. And if that is the case, he may well move against us. We must be prepared for anything, while taking care not to betray our purposes by seeming prepared. A simple enough task for a one-woman army like you.
Uh-huh. So, as promised, let's take a look. Dungeons here. I'm gonna say I don't have one coming up. You already... Okay. Well, looking forward to seeing you then. An interesting kappa. Farewell then.
Well, well. What brings you here, my friend?
She is here at my behest. Greetings, Roban. It has been a while.
Hilbert, you old scoundrel. When they told me you'd be visiting, I scarce believed my ears.
You wanna punch him?
But look at you! The honored captain of the Crystal Bloody Braves. Who'd have imagined, eh?
My, who do you want to punch, Michaela?
Not many, but fewer still would have imagined your destiny lay in politics, old friend.
Get over here and punch me in my perfect jawline. Now. You knew what this was. Just a fight.
Aye. We've both come far, have we not?
Gentlemen.
Lest you wonder, Hilbert and I go back a long way. We've been friends and rivals since we were lads. The last time we saw each other, Alamigo had just fallen, so you can guess how many summers it's been. And in all that time, not a word from the fool.
Ah, well, my dealings tended toward the modest and mundane, unlike some I could mention. As I hear it, no sooner did you reach Thanaland than the brass blades clapped you in irons and dragged you off to die on the blood sands. Being a stubborn sort, you won 1,000 matches and earned yourself a place in the people's hearts while you were about it. Then, with your mountain of prize money, you bought the Colosseum and secured a seat on the Syndicate. Those balls, brother! Rags to riches does not do it justice. You're a hero to the common man.
Pah! Spare me. I am no hero. If anyone is worthy of that title, it's our friend here. Next to her, I'm little more than a glorified butcher. But you, Ilbert, you sell yourself short. By all accounts, you are an adventurer of some standing.
I like to think that I did my part for the greater good. But if you're no hero, then I'm no adventurer, not in this company. Anyway. I have tidings.
So there has been progress. I've let it be known that this meeting is a reunion between old friends. None will give your visit a second thought. To convene elsewhere would only attract attention. Let us speak here, in plain view of all.
Please tell me you'll be using coded language? Please? Okay. I guess that'll do. Framing.
So it is we who have been compromised. Teleji Adeleji's machinations have shaken Ul'dah to her foundations. In such uncertain times, a man's loyalty may be bought for a fistful of gil. But if this snake has truly been in our midst for as long as you say, we must needs consider a far graver possibility. Conspiracy. Could it be that the Monitarists have been in league with the Empire from the first?
So, prediction is not that profound. The obvious thing is, okay, Ilbert is going to be the one who betrays. Or is this snake, specifically. But to discern where and how is not something that I can see. It makes me curious to think what connections he built while being incommunicado from Raubang for all of that time.
Very well. I will have my most trusted men investigate the matter. Continue your inquiries in the meantime. It does me well to see you again, old friend. When next we meet, let it be over a flagon of ale.
I look forward to it. Let us reminisce of bygone days, and drink to the future of our homeland. Flame General. You wear the mantle well, old friend. I must work hard if I'm to keep up. Well, it would seem your services were not required after all. I dare say we have Roban's prudence to thank for that. Still, I was glad of your presence. My thanks, Scion.
Prepared for summer, are you? Lolly-ho indeed. I'm impressed you could do that while set. It's interesting. Where is that? Our hunt for the Ivy begins in earnest, Simon. Suffice it to say, we must tread warily. But one misstep may cost us our lives. Our business here is concluded for the time being. Let us return to the Rising Stones and report to Commander Levelure. Your character's always ready for summer, even in the winter. Anyway, I suppose just in case. Winter's just Santa outfit. Fair enough. Just in case there is one showing up. Do you wear a beard too? Or a beard and mustache? Or do you bareface it? Oh good, you're exactly where I left you. We are returned from Ul'dah, Commander. It's funny that he salutes too. Not a moment too soon. Something has happened. Trouble? Full white beard and all? Nice. Nice. You will recall that the Fourth was tasked with reconnoitering the rendezvous site used by the Ivy's minion and his Imperial contacts. Soon after you left, we received word that the unit was ambushed en route to its destination. Oh, damn it. According to the report, one of ours has been taken captive. The Garleans are not wont to treat their foemen with dignity, and have grave fears for her safety. We must dispatch a rescue party at once. Recall those braves who are afield. Begging your pardons, Commander, but we have not the time. I'm afraid I must ask for your aid once more, Scion. An ill-prepared rescue party will only serve to provide the Garleans with more captives, yet time is of the essence. Simply put, you are the best chance we have. Captain Ilbert has the right of it. I trust you are willing. But of course you are. I didn't even nod yet! Fuck you. Now, Aliana the... Oh. Unfortunate. Of the Fourth lies in wait to the Tangle, near the entrance to Custom Sentry. Seek her out, and she will apprise you of the situation. Okay. I thought she was the one that was captured. You're definitely willing to help all the time. Makes me think I should New Game Plus the Dark Knight storyline.
Wait, have you never done it?
No, I have. I'm just saying for narrative purpose. But I think that assumes you've done at least the whole of this story. Dark Knight storyline, your beloved.
It is so good. It's one of my favorites.
Yes. There are so many story beats from that are just like, I'll remember this forever.
That's why I was so excited to find out that Ishikawa did the writing for Shadowbringers.
Mm-hmm. You would aid us in the rescue mission. We are in your debt, Warrior of Light. Now, time is against us, so allow me to brief you on the situation. The Garleans fell upon us without warning, wounding poor Resh and holding her away to the castrum yonder. Outnumbered as we were, it was all we could do to flee and regroup. Even as we speak, the Gallians may be interrogating Resh, or worse. With her hurts, I fear that she will not long survive their attentions. We must rescue her without delay. Our order may yet be in its infancy, but the bond that binds us is strong as mithril. None of us will stand by while a comrade suffers. We, the remnants of the Fourth, will infiltrate Castrum Sentry. Please help us find Resh before it's too late. I'm glad I'm not a seated officer, else I would have to learn that. learn that salute. Aha. Well, that's a trap then, huh? Oh. Everyone gets a shield bash. Alright, cool. Where am I? Don't put away the cane healer. Resh, thank the gods we found you. And thank you, Warrior of Light. Now to quit this accursed place. Resh cannot move with these wounds. She will need to be carried out. I believe a diversion is in order. You're a white mage healer. Might we trouble you to provide one? Given your reputation, I suspect the Garleans will be only too happy to grant you their undivided attention. If you are to create a commotion within the castrum, we should be able to steal away unnoticed. Let us speak again once we are safely outside these walls. And break, I guess. Interesting. Boop. Okay, I just have to go through every single one then. That's cool. Hello? You get a shield bash. You get a shield bash. And you get a shield bash. Right at this entrance, huh? Oops. What did you just do? Haste. Fascinating. Piss. I've awaited your return most anxiously, my friend. You've done us a great service indeed. Thanks to your aid, our comrade Resh is safe, and we suffered no further casualties. Words cannot well express my gratitude. All that is left is to report the mission's success to Commander Levelou. I shall go and head it to the Rising Stones. Are you beating something up? They looked at you funny. What, the marbles? Because if it was the marbles, then they look at everyone funny. Mr. Yes, I'm very busy, Alpha now. It does me well to see you thus returned. Though I doubt not your prowess, entering an enemy stronghold is generally considered to be a risky venture, and I must confess to having been a trifle anxious. Yet here you are, hale and whole, having succeeded in your mission as is your wont. Lest you wonder, the woman you rescued is being cared for by the Domans. Thanks to their extra administrations, the danger is past. You have my gratitude, Varix. Allow me to thank you also, Scion. Resh owes you her life. We escaped with minimal casualties this time, but we can ill afford to be caught off guard again. The Empire is not an opponent to be trifled with. As you say, Commander. I will see to it that the men keep their wits about them. And it may yet take time, but I will not rest until we have identified and apprehended the Ivy. I have every confidence that you will succeed, Captain. As for you, Varix, I realize you have scarce caught your breath, but I'm afraid that there is no rest for the weary. I require that you accompany me to Corthus. I have been granted an audience with an Asgardian dignitary, you see, and the man expressly requested your presence. It can only be Harshavon, right? Oh, do not look so surprised. You should be familiar with the trappings of fame by now. We shall depart as soon as you are ready. Okay. Oh my god, I just realized the quest name. Back and forth. Oh. If one of our friends was here, I would be teasing her about what I'm seeing now. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity, Varix. An audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. Oh. That's why they know me. We are to treat with Sir Aymeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. Up in Dragonhead, then yeah, technically it's Harshavon. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. It would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Aymeric wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I will not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Kurthus. Do I need permission? Mayhap you feel this to be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use. If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with the stroke of a pen than with the thrust of a sword. And you're doing a bang-up job. Oh my god, I actually do have to... I actually have to get permission. Tragic. Do you need me to sign a permission slip? No, I can go to the bathroom on my own, thank you. A meeting with an Ishgalian ambassador? By all means, I think it a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alfino believes your presence may help him to secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. Great. Antecedent. I take it Barracks has explained the situation. She has. Yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgalians have spent all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Abalathia's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, at the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean alliance, formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall some 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Tear Skies. Since which time, their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to their neighbors' pleas, even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Cartano, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I have tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the alliance at every opportunity. I have explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. I'm sure he's glad to not have Raban or Ilbert in the room for this conversation. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers we have been fobbed off with in the past, this time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think that they come to us of the goodness of their hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. So, you brought your Reddit receipts? The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I'll expound upon this point and others. Let us depart for Camp Dragonhead Barracks. Our old friend Lord Horsefont is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause.
That is not
Fuck
why we're
you.
doing that. Fuck off.
How utilitarian of you. Interesting. Really hope the chains of commanding don't bind your brain too tightly. My. It may prove useful. Ah, barracks. Ever a welcome sight. Our hearts have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality.
So wholesome.
Yes, in comparison to this little shit right here. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. How about, covering this up? Or covering this up? Or these? Dummy? Archivant, you're beloved. I think he's basically universally beloved.
He is. He's
Yeah.
universally loved.
Yeah. It's not a problem. It's just cute. Ah. Good Master Alphino. An honor, as always. Likewise, Lord Hoshfant. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmuch on your aid since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House Photon may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand. Sir Aymeric arrived in Count Dragonhead earlier, and I am told he is eager to meet you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey and desirous to rest a while by the warmth of our hearth. Bareback? Got it. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your heart sounds, I think it best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Why'd I nod? Fuck you, Alpha now. I'm just in front of the fireplace. You can't stop me. Thank you, Ashton. Oh. We have been expecting you, madam. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others. I'm gonna be in cutscene anyway. It seems.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you.
He's got quite the voice.
I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service.
He's extremely soft-spoken, though.
Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
You can hear a squeal from miles away. Yeah. I can hear a squeal too. I think I can hear it a little bit better than you.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination.
Oh no. You're like an excited dad.
Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean Alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. For some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Forton has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not. For I require something in exchange.
What do you want?
Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this? The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
I have to wonder. Because the Ascians are whispering into Thordan's ears, he's probably enacting a lot of this, so what would he be treating as? Well, he wouldn't really want for crystals, would he? Logistically, what primals need is prayer. If he is a bishop, he can just get prayer naturally. So maybe it's something like that. As far as Iceheart goes, what does that mean? Just when you're starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Oof. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Hoshifon and find out what he has learned. Yeah, let's just go around. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you'd be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Ravelin's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. 'Twould only be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route. Knowledge to which only select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Hoshifon said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Varix. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. Great. Let's see if this doesn't. Okay, that was bad. Are we going into the cave? Just outside. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Eh? Lord Hoshmont bid you speak with us. Then you must be... Beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they narrowly left a crate behind. Took the wagon for good measure, even. The whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier just to steal it. Though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own, hidden away off. But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis naught but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care of the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence mattered too much. There's a lot of, like, backhanded everything in, in the dialogue from the random NPCs. Leaving us to fill in the gaps with our backhanded everything. Cave of Wonders. I assume we'll be going down there eventually, right? Also, I have resisted calling the class astrologian for a long time, just because I didn't trust the pronunciation. But as it turns out, I heard it being spoken here in English, because normally I play in Japanese. So hearing it pronounced proper in English is eye-opening, and I will attempt to change how I pronounce it else. Hello, Mr. Christmas in July. You bring up a good point. Wait, do I have that? I didn't see it offhand, but there you go. Beautiful. 'Tis the season of giving. So I give you a ground targeting node. Oh my god, it summons and despawns with the sleigh bells. That's very cute. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as, lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. A leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward and asked him to kiss his cheek. Then he sighed and crumbled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head. And by the time I came to, the others were dead. And the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't... I mean, they'd have killed me, so I just stayed still and listened. I thought people spoke of deliverance and resurrection. And they spoke of Shiva. My. What does this throw again? Oh, it doesn't throw anything. Anyone in the mood for Coca-Cola? No, Barry. Yeah. Finally on a area, quote unquote, area appropriate mount. And there it goes. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? It seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alfino? Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who laid down with dragons. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. There's multiple saints? Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Hoshafon, what was the caravan's logo? Ah, if I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and their followers intend to summon Shiva, as the beast tribe would a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Hoshafon, would you agree that discretion is of paramount concern? Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alfino. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. I'm not against the idea. For they shall feel the full force of his fury. His fury at this point being subtle condescension. And some not so subtle condescension. The persistent attacks on our caravans seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. And as for you, Varix, pray join me at Widenburg Front. Since the incident in Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Jimong should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there, then. Good. So there is a chance that either one of Snowcloak or Shiva are next. I don't know if any are like actually story related. Or not any, like any of the quote unquote post ARR dungeons or story. I assume Shiva is. Shiva is, if you recall. Yeah. You did miss it though, Steven. The scene where we like walked up to Snowcloak and we got the cutscene of Iceheart literally just having her own cutscene to specifically sneer and scoff and then walk away. They pulled us into the cutscene, didn't show her face, showed her laughing, and walking away. That was the whole cutscene, and I admire the audacity of such. Just a moment. It is important to stretch. And hydrate. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join in the hunt for Isart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Jimon. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squad who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them in Snowfolk. The self-same frozen wall which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to fight in front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, okay, it's like a soft E. Emmerich. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. You have done that many times. On me, specifically. What's wrong with this child? There may yet be a subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Jumon has one in mind. And so you're gonna make me turn to him and ask. Never mind. Yes. Excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak and it shall be done. So if this is just one girl, how does she have them enthralled if she is not summoned them yet? Or does she have, as I think it was Alfino said before, like, have such boundless charisma as to have heretics turn into dragons on a whim? She's a girl boss. I feel that's an incomplete answer, but for the moment I'll let it slide. owing to a lack of better answers from me. Pardon me, just adjusting a chair. It seems as though we are always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Jian. Oh, wait, that was someone else's voice. What? Okay, wait, no. I understand the diction. Okay, I got it now. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Jian. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in the future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Brim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. This man has pledged himself to Isar's cause. He will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jontremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I've seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Great. That's funny. Observe the suspected heretic. So... I'm brain dead. There you go. Fixed it. The suspected heretic leads through the southwest gate. Great. I love stealth missions. It's exactly what I wanted. Now we'll continue a little bit. Need to get the blood flowing through my legs again. Never stretch. Always stretch. Okay. Southwest. No, it's too optimistic. Best take care when traveling these roads. Wild beasts and worse are wont to lurk by the wayside. Thank you. I shall endeavor to not follow you now. Follows the road east. Okay, never mind. I thought this was going to be a fun stealth quest, but no. What is that? Oh, this is the raid fate. And south. Thank you for the quest markers. I was absolutely not paying attention. Hey, hey. Where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. Your sole duty is to the... Bloody echo. Lower your voice over the hearers and wiper in front. Yes, of course. The temple knights are... in Snowcroak. This is what you bring to me? We already knew about. Our comrades in Boulder Downs use the tunnels. Dead before they know what's happening. Nevertheless, if you waste my time again, is that clear? Right, I'm dumb. I was looking for a teleport. It does not exist. I would very much like to not be sleepy. Man, this week has been particularly bad about my waking stamina. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? Kind of. I see. Shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet, the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation, and confident that they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put out to the word. Oh, put to the sword. I think owing to the sudden rush of fatigue, I think I'm going to call it at the end of this next quest. Just to make sure I'm not falling asleep, like, at my desk in front of you guys. That would be kind of embarrassing. We have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you have overheard, I fear that in Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and the heretics in Boulder Towns are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow this to happen. A contingent of House Durandare knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers for readiness, I cannot say for sure they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with this search. I know they would take courage from sausage. From the presence of so storied a warrior. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my my grandpa. I lost it. We rendezvous with them in Boulder Downs. If Haloni is kind, we may catch these heretics before their falls are under fruition. Show them no mercy, Barracks. The lives of our allies are at stake. Oof. Yeah, definitely at the end of this quest. I'm regrettably turning sluggish. It feels bad. It feels so bad. So unless there is a duty at the end of this, I do apologize, Stephen. I hope there is something. Sleep important. I know, but you came all this way. Hateful. Slap you. Hateful. Slap you. Hateful. Slap. More hateful. Why are all of you hateful? I've only spread love with my shield. Fallen heretics effects. That was kind of a short quest. Rest your weary back. I would love to. But lives are on the line. Okay. I had sent no word of your coming, Barracks. What has happened? What is that in your hand? Parchment. By the Fury. Those were veterans with years of service. Now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No. No, we have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others. And I'll wager they're on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass these heretics something of value after all. The parchment you've recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen's watches at our outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable's not changed, you see. Of course, it'll be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. Haster and Dare must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. Yeah, it seems like Snowcloak is most directly next. Okay. I think I can do one more. Time is of the essence, Varix. All my knights make ready to depart. The heretics may take our allies and Snowcloak unawares. I can go sleep. I want to... Okay. Even if I make it to Snowcloak, it is late and I don't suspect we can queue efficiently. So that'll be like the first thing that happens next time, I guess. But I want to at least get there. Superior training and equipment will avail them not, if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Emmerich everything we have discovered. But yeah, queuing for stuff is much easier for us who are where we are in the world if we queue a little bit earlier in the day. As a secondary reason, I am going there to park myself so I know what to expect, kind of, moving forward for next stream. Why are you here? Oh, I guess for commander purposes. Sir Emmerich, he's over there. Have words with the man if you must. We shall speak anon. Varix, this is a welcome surprise. Perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden. You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Leveleur have been informed? The Braves must be made aware. We shall speak anon now. It must be here. I am certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Watch them all like Tom and Jerry peek around the corner right there, up top. Confounded, this is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is. The fuck? That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ada. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Leveilleur. Ida coming in clutch. I agree. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that is not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, that the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others. We're going in. A moment, Alfino. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we enter the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more of a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Send me in. A change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Emmerich and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many or Papolimo will sulk. Don't tell me what to do. Stalwart is the right one? Yeah. The entrance to the tunnel, madam. It's just over here. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would never have noticed it. Per Sir Emmerich's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that, even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Alright. So that's now accessible for next time. And that does unfortunately mean we are at the end of our time tonight. Snowcloak accessible, yes. Can we just say how funny it is that, that they all thought that Alfino was Iceheart? That was precious. And so hilarious. Ah, wonderful. But yes, Eep time. Alfino, the real villain of the story. Yeah. There's been a lot of discourse among a fair few people, and me, at the very beginning of my new Game Plus adventure, railing against how short-sighted and arrogant he is when I first met him. Kind of still is, but you take my point. So, in that sense, he very definitely is a villain. And the issue of the syndicate funding is also not ideal. I think I'm gonna try to remember that moving forward, because knowing where the money comes from is only one part of the issue here. But obviously there's a oh, on the other hand, the quote-unquote traitor, how dare this the beginning of the actual Crystal Braves stuff featured Ilbert front and center. I was expecting the betrayal to come from him, expected it to cut deep immediately, but no, we were just literally establishing his friendship, and the traitor was some nondescript temple knight, which is very disappointing by comparison. And I'm sure it'll happen before long anyway. But yes, we will explore villainy next week, and I hope that all of you have a turn kneeing Alfino. Or this version of Alfino. But in any case, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. For those who are watching in the future, I thank you. But for now, we'll be heading out here. Good night and good stream. Thank you. And thank you for your company alongside. But for now, we're bugging out.